Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today we're talking about my ColourPop favorites. This isn't just any old favorites video for me. This is an exciting announcement. At least it's exciting for me. I hope it's exciting for you too. I am getting an influencer favorites page on the ColourPop website. The page will be active on the ColourPop site starting on November 3rd, and you'll be able to check it out through November 17th. So 2 weeks it will be there. My little picture will be up there, and my discount code will apply, so you'll be able to save 10% on all of these items for those 2 weeks. This is just such a cool, surreal experience. If you know me, you know I take my product recommendations very seriously. I take my favorites very seriously. So curating this favorites page wasn't just write down 12 products that you really love and call it a day. In typical Amanda fashion, I poured over these products. I really intentionally chose things in 2 distinct categories. So I chose some of my favorite staple items, things that I use every single day, things that I just continually restock. They are sort of the hero products for me. So I have 4 of those everyday staple type of items. Then the remaining products are the color cosmetic makeup item type of things. If you're an avid watcher of my favorites videos, then none of these will be a surprise because every single one of these items has appeared in at least one, if not multiple, favorites videos. Some of them are long-loved products, some of them are newer to my collection, but the one thing they have in common is they're all things that I really enjoy. I genuinely just love to use in my everyday life, and I would be just as happy to recommend them on YouTube as I would be in a text message to a friend who's shopping on the ColourPop site. Even if you're watching this after my favorites page is gone from the site, these are still very, very loved and recommended products from me. So let's run through the products that I chose and I'll tell you why these are my favorites. This whole thing really reminds me of a series I used to do on my channel called ColourPop Overload, where I would make different shopping carts. So I would make a neutral lovers cart, a color lovers cart, and then the Amanda cart, which was sort of in between and had all of my favorites. This favorites page is a lot like my Amanda cart. Let's start with the staple items first. This one obviously is a favorite. There's hardly anything left in here. This is the Do It spray from Fourth Ray. I love this for my dry skin, but I do think just about anybody can enjoy this. It is a hyaluronic mist, so even if you have combo or oily skin, because this is a mist, I think it's going to be beneficial for just about anybody. I'll show you what a full brand new one looks like since mine is very, very empty. Here's what a full bottle looks like. This is a very loved bottle. I go through tons of these. I just absolutely love the Do It mist. More staple products, more daily use products. As you can tell from the state of these bottles, the Pretty Fresh primer and setting mist are also just daily go-to products for me. These are just more must-have products. These are definitely the type of thing I recommend to just about anybody. Clearly very loved and highly recommended. My last staple item is the Brow Boss gel. Now personally, I use the tinted one. I use the dark brown one, but for my favorites page, I selected the clear gel. I think that if you click on the favorites page, it looks like the clear one, but you can select your shade. So if you want to go with a tinted one, you're not locked into the clear version, but this makes the most sense as far as a wide range of recommendations. Obviously, the dark brown tinted gel isn't going to work for everybody. I have some serious brows, and the Brow Boss gel keeps them in place. This is another item, like I said, staple, daily use, something that I have used up and repurchased over and over and over again. So that's why it made it into the favorites page and the Amanda cart. Okay, let's get to the more colorful makeup choices now. I have 2 cheek products here, a Super Shock Cheek and a Cheek Dew. I feel like the Cheek Dew is probably the most controversial choice, but honestly, I really really love this product. This is the Cheek Dew in the shade Kiss Kiss. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to tell how much of this I've actually used because I shook it up to make it look a little bit cuter on camera, but I've used down to about here. I love a dewy cheek. I know that's not for everybody, so that's why I think this is probably the more you either love it or hate it, more controversial choice, but it's genuinely one of my favorites, and it may be something that not everybody has taken the plunge on yet. Plus, it's one of my absolute favorite products of the year, so it had to make its way to the page. Now, something that has a little bit more universal appeal is this Super Shock Cheek in the shade Chiffon. Now, I use this as more of a blush topper. I love a shade like this because it has really universal appeal. It's gonna look good as either a blush topper or a highlighter or even an eyeshadow. You can use it on your body. You can use a shade like this however you want. It looks great across all different skin tones, all different styles. For today, I actually put this all over my cheeks first and then put some of the cheek dew on top because I don't want to put powder on top of the cheek dew. I want that dewy look. In today's case, it was more like a blush base instead of a blush topper, but a product like this just has so much versatility between the texture and the shade. This is something that I'm comfortable recommending to anybody and everybody. I don't think that my eyeshadow choices are going to be a surprise, but I think that my lip color choices might be a surprise. I do tend to wear a lot of more neutral or nudie lips. I definitely gravitate towards that warm nude, terracotta or rosy type of neutral lip. And to be honest with you, that is still my go-to. It'll probably always be my go-to, but I did not choose shades like that for my favorites because frankly, I just don't think those type of shades work for everybody. And I think most people who love those lip colors already have plenty of them in their collection. So I wanted to branch out and do something a little bit different. Of course, my OG favorite lip formulas are the Luxe lipsticks and the real OG, the Lippy Sticks. These are both shades that have appeared in favorites videos of mine before. More recently, in my favorite fall lip colors, I talked about this one. This is the shade Slow Dance. It's what I'm wearing on my lips today. I love this color. It's so flattering. I imagine that this shade is going to look great on, again, a huge variety of skin tones. This is a really big thing for me when I'm choosing my favorites. I want everybody to feel excited and feel like they can gravitate towards something. So that's why I chose these two lip colors. Slow Dance, this is just a must-have fall, winter, holiday type of shade for me. And then this shade called Byron Babe. It's a more intense, deep strawberry pink type of color. These are both lip colors that I've had in my collection for a really long time and that I have enjoyed for a really long time. So that's why these are in my favorites. Speaking of enjoying for a really long time, let's talk about a Super Shock shadow. This is the flagship product from ColourPop. It's the first thing I ever tried, and I'm sure a lot of you had that same experience of getting into Super Shocks, and that's how you really discovered or came to love ColourPop. This is a shade that constantly shows up in my favorite Super Shock videos. It's one that I continually recommend, and this is the shade Moonwalk. It's a beautiful shimmery duochrome. It has a pearlized finish, and it's a golden brown to golden green type of shifting color. It's just that perfect in between that the Amanda cart is looking for. It's more colorful than a neutral, but it's more neutral than a bright color. It's just gonna work for so many people. It also pairs well with a couple of the palettes that I chose, because you know if there's gonna be a Makeup.Just.For.Fun favorites, it's gonna have plenty of ColourPop palette. I did select all palettes that were released this year. I wanted to choose things that I didn't think everybody had already discovered and loved and is already over by now. So these are some newer palettes, and this is kind of a spoiler alert because these are my favorite ColourPop palettes of the year. So let's start with the obvious. The one that I'm wearing is the Orchid You Not palette. It probably saw this coming. I love purple eyeshadow. When I previously got to do a favorites bundle with ColourPop, it had the Lilac You A Lot palette in it because I love purple eyeshadow. It's always my favorite color to wear that I gravitate towards. I reviewed this not too long ago when it released and I gave it a great review. It has a beautiful variety of tones. A common theme you will see in my favorite palettes that there's no pressed glitter. If a berry palette and a purple palette had an adorable 9-pan baby, it would be this, and I feel like that's really all I need to say. Can you guess what the other two palettes are? I think you'll be able to guess at least one, and that is the Limoncello palette. I gave this a rave review. I love this palette. Every single thing about it, from the packaging to the colors to the formulas. It's so pretty, it's luxurious, and aside from purple, which we already discussed is my all-time favorite eyeshadow color, the next color I would say I gravitate towards is a mustard gold combo, and this is giving me all of the mustardy gold. So the Limoncello palette and the other one I chose, which is the Lush Life palette, have one very important color story feature in common, and it's one of my favorite things about a palette when it has a good mix of neutrals and colorful shades. These palettes actually work really nicely together too. I think you can tell when you see them side by side. Limoncello can tone down Lush Life, and Lush Life can kind of perk up Limoncello, but we still have this same color story of a base of neutrals, pops of green and blue, a little bit of gold thrown in there. I know we still have a little bit of time left for them to drop several more collections on us, but so far these have been my absolute favorites. I think Moonwalk would pair really well with either one of these palettes or both Lush Life and Limoncello. In general, I think that the lip colors and the cheek colors that I chose can also work in tandem really well with the eyeshadows that I chose. Like I said, I put a lot of thought into this. I want all the products to work well together. I want them to be things that are interesting and useful for a wide variety of people, no matter what your age, no matter what your skin tone, no matter what your style is. I really want to have a well-rounded collection of favorites so that there's really, hopefully, something for everybody. If you want more information about any of these products, I'm gonna link all of my previous swatch and review videos down below. That way you can get more in-depth info, since I just sort of breezed over and just told you a million times that I like these things and they're my favorites. So make sure you check the description box for more information. Make sure you go check out my favorites page on the ColourPop site. I can't believe I'm saying that. And you can use my affiliate code for all of those things, plus most things on the ColourPop site. My code is just Amanda in all caps. At the risk of getting too sappy, I'm not gonna get too sappy hopefully, but I just want to genuinely and from the bottom of my heart thank you everybody who watches my videos. I know some of you have been subscribed and watching my videos for a really long time, and I feel like we've been on this YouTube journey together for many years, but even if this is your first time watching, I just want to say thank you so much for not only making this type of opportunity possible for me, because this is just beyond what I ever imagined, seeing my face on the ColourPop site, like what that's... Anyway, not just for that. I am very grateful for that, and I know that I wouldn't be here without you, but I also want to take a minute just to say thank you for how positive this community is. Very rarely do I ever see people being rude and negative. Mostly what I see is tons of positive encouragement, and not just for me, but people helping each other in the comments and people just stopping by to say hi. I am so thankful for that above anything else. If there was never another opportunity to work with a brand ever again, because it's sort of a rarity online and it's because you are so awesome. So thank you. I realized I said I wasn't going to get sappy and then I did anyway because of who I am as a person. I just love all of your faces, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Okay, I'm fine. So, so my favorites that's so weird. Why am I like this? Why am I clapping? So, I need a Reese's pumpkin. That's what's gonna make me feel better. Help me, help. I can't speak. I keep messing up my lipstick because I'm so nervous. I feel like a dewy cheeked little fall berry goddess, and I honestly love that for me. Purple eyeshadow, dewy cheeks. I'm really out here living my best makeup life right now. I mean, you can use it however you want. Just wear whatever you want. It's fine. You're allowed. Are the lipsticks. Dang it. I can't remember. I make too many videos. This help. Let's just take it out. Let's just, oh, I almost knocked it over. Why am I like this? Why am I like this? So I think this is going to be in place of my monthly favorites video for October. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll have to film one of those too. I don't think so. I've been kind of overworking myself, and that's bad. Don't do that. Don't be like me. Take care of yourself. I'm working on it. I truly am. I'm not trying to... Anyway, I'm fine. Okay, cool. I just want to say thank you again. I know I was already sappy at the end of the video, and I'm sorry, but I just love all your faces so much, and thanks for watching, and thanks for being awesome friends. Okay, I love your face. Okay, bye.